me, Shakti is a community of really powerful women that really live into their feminine wisdom and model it very well. To me, Shakti is a community of women that support each other through light and dark.
Shakti Rising, just in a nutshell, it literally means sisterhood for me. And it's so, I never thought that it could be so important and so meaningful in my life to have a group of women that support you in every way, shape, and form. The definition of Shakti Rising is feminine energy rising, which I love, because that's absolutely what has happened. You know, I came fully into my power through being involved with this organization.
Shakti has helped me tap into my intuition and trust. Trust that I know what I'm doing, or just give in to, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna feel my way through.
Shakti Rising means to me learning to listen to my heart, and learning to trust myself, what I know about myself. It also means getting to be surrounded by a community of people who accept all and love all of who I am. The broken parts or the sad parts, alongside the fact that I have visions and I can see what the world can be, and I have a lot of energy and things like that. So I feel like it's a place where I get to practice being whole.
In Shakti, we talk about strong women need to be held strongly, and for me, that's what Shakti Rising has really been, a place for me to be supported by other women, to learn and grow about myself and my gifts, strengthen my talents, and learn how to care for myself, as well as just a place to lean on support of other really strong women. And it's been a really supportive and loving place to be in community.
In Salt of the Earth, I remember the most memorable class that we had was one where we were asked, what does your heart feel? Like, what does it feel like right now? And at the time, this was last fall, I remember thinking, that's the dumbest thing I've ever been asked. My heart doesn't experience emotion. Throughout the course of the class, we talked about why, in so many ways, it helps to listen to what your heart is saying, both physically and spiritually. So the first way that it impacted me personally was to actually begin to listen to my heart. And since that time, that's even grown beyond just the physical, listening to what my organ, the heart, is saying, to being the kind of thing where I listen to what my emotions are telling me, or the things that I've always wanted to do. I think, oh, that's a kind of wisdom that I wasn't acknowledging.
I saw Salt of the Earth this winter, and it was a lot of fun to watch women come into Shakti, their first Shakti circle, be kind of hesitant or unsure about the material or about what we were going to do, and then just really learn to lean into each other and into community and grow and develop and transform parts of their lives that they were really hoping to transform. It was a real joy to see how much healing happened in 8 weeks and how much community was built in such a short period of time.
With taking risks in your life comes super scary feelings, and I needed support, and I felt like it just felt right to come to that class. It just felt right, and I did, and it was really intense and it was really beautiful, and I'm really glad I did. So Salt of the Sea, first of all, I was in this room with 7 or 8 women that I had never met in my life before, and the class was really, really internal. It had a lot of meditation pieces and self-reflection pieces, and at that point it's really what I needed, because I was just full of doubt about this new job I had, all of these things.
One of the most important things I learned through Salt of the Sea was that every woman has a story to share, and it doesn't matter. I used to shut down my story a lot because it's kind of like full of, I feel, tragedy, right? Like I feel like there's just too much crap involved. But it's important to share the good and the bad.
I was consistently in doubt of myself and my abilities, and even like my place at this organization that was filled with really powerful women. So I was like consistently just walking around with like all this self-doubt. And Shakti really helped me like live into like my God-given gifts and power, that really actually transformed the way that I organize and the way that I see my job and the way that I see like my purpose in this work.
I want to do stuff, and lo and behold, I find out that my body or my heart doesn't want to, but Shakti totally makes you cut out the crap and just infuses you with love and infuses you with the courage and the support if you don't have the courage, the support to find the courage to face your demons, to face your shadows, to face your strengths, to face your love, your compassion, your anger, everything that you or I thought that I didn't have or wasn't capable of.
I lead in a very feminine way, and the world doesn't necessarily acknowledge that kind of leadership as being right. And in fact, in my professional experience, I've noticed a lot that I'm made wrong for not leading in a linear enough fashion, or where's the results for that? Why was that meaningful? And through doing the Shakti work, I've realized why that's happening. So it's actually helped give me confidence professionally. And I am a leader in the job that I am paid to do. And I'm a leader in the nonprofit that I'm starting. And so it's tremendously helpful to be able to take myself seriously.
So building sisterhood is about really being authentic and being real with yourself and with the other women. Like in Shakti Rising, we really do hold each other accountable and ourselves accountable, right? So one of the things I really had to face and that I was always trying to avoid was women who had trauma similar to mine, because it would just trigger a lot of negative emotions in me with things that I had not dealt with yet. And since being in the group, I have found that, yeah, you know, some of the women have had the same sort of experience as I have. And even though it was very hard for me to kind of face it, the reality that other people are going through this, you know, because you feel so alone, but then you have to accept that it actually happens quite a bit. I find now that I'm able to like really hold a space and listen.
For me, I found that super poignant and something that I need in my life, is to heal in community. I don't do well being on my own trying to figure stuff out. It just doesn't work that way for me. I feed off of other people's energies and their stories and see it as medicine and vice versa.
Every time I think of Shakti, I think of the women that are in this tribe, and I think of like the friendships that I've made through Shakti. That like friendship even sounds like not enough of a strong word for what Shakti has for the support it has created for me through these women.
Within Shakti, I've found this astounding belonging. I'm like, oh, wait a second, we're all really weird. We're all really different, and that is perfectly fine, and it's actually good and healthy.